Testing, testing. 1, 2, test, 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 test. What's going on, guys? Samuel World from Samuel One World Productions here, back with another top 10 list for y'all today. And continuing on my series of videos I've been doing, telling my favorite movies from every year from 1996 to 2022. I'm going to discuss my top 10 best movies of 2014. What people hail as being like one of the best years for films. And for good reason, because there were so many incredible movies that came out this year. Like, so many incredible movies. I mean, like, generally, I forgot how good of a year this movie is, so I hope you'll enjoy me talking about my favorite movies from this year. It definitely was hard, like, slots. I actually kind of went back and forth on certain slots, though. My number one was actually a pretty obvious one, but the others were definitely a bit to walk around one. But in the end, I decided this slot, so I hope you'll enjoy. Let me know your favorite movies from 2014 down below in the comment section. And as always, before we get to the actual list, let's go about the honorable mentions, the amazing, incredible movies that just did not end up making the actual list. And those honorable mentions are Edge of Tomorrow, X-Men Days of Future Past, The Fault in Our Stars, Birdman, This Is Where I Leave You, Life After Beth, Muppets Most Wanted, Big Hero 6, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and the most painful cut I've done in any of these videos, don't kill me, Nightcrawler. Trust me, it was as painful to leave that movie off the list. Like, obviously Jake Gyllenhaal's performance is always going to be one of the biggest snubs ever. Again, it wasn't easy, that's for sure. But yeah, those are my mentions. But anyways, let's get to the actual list, shall we? Kicking out the list at number 10. I definitely thought The Wild World was going to be number 10, but in the end, I decided to go with David Fincher's Gone Girl. You know, definitely one of the most interesting thrillers to come out, and it still holds up pretty well 9 years later, honestly. Again, David Fincher has always been a mastercraft at having good mystery and great thrills, and he definitely delivers here as well. I think he got one band of best performances here as well. He just got Rosamund Pike, who easily steals every single scene that he's in, and what she ends up going through throughout this movie and the stuff that she does manipulating all that stuff throughout the movie is just incredible to watch and really amazing to watch throughout. Combined that you also got like masterful directing by Fincher, again great score, really intense sequences of mystery where you never know what's going to happen, and even after you know what's going to happen, it's still a thrilling and suspenseful watch. Like, definitely one of the Fincher films I've definitely gone back to the most. It's paced pretty well, directed incredibly, has one of the most like what endings, but it's a good what ending. So again, amazing mystery, great feels, fantastic performances. What more can you ask for? Yeah. Now at number 9, we get to a huge surprise, a film that I'm pretty sure nobody expected to be as good as it was, and that is the original John Wick, which ends up becoming one of the biggest action franchises of all time. Especially, of course, with the most recently released John Wick Chapter 4, but I'm pretty sure nobody expected this to be like as great as it was. Like, from what I remember, from what I've been heard, it was one of those movies that had at least a trailer a month before it came out. So a lot of people didn't even know what this movie was about or what's good about it. That it was going to be like a typical like DirecTV action movie that ended up getting released in theaters. But no, it came out of nowhere, and it shocked everybody. Like, it shocked everybody, and honestly, coming back to it, it's still one of the best action movies out there. It's still an incredible action film. For a good reason. It has an incredible world that it builds up incredibly and extremely well. Keanu Reeves proves that he can still kick some ass by his age. Like, and also the fact that he's one of the most likable and charismatic actors of our time, and he definitely still proves that here. Again, the whole like kung fu he does in this movie and the whole action set pieces he does, like, the action is what makes the movie so great. Like, the action is mind-blowing, incredible, visually great, and it's just phenomenal from beginning to end. By that, with also a very simple but still engaging narrative about this guy just wanting to get revenge, and well, that's how they kind of played it up. Honestly, they do it in a way that makes it feel more refreshing. Again, a lot of that thanks to the world building and the directing, and of course the kick-ass action, the score, the directing, like, and the action some get more crazy, honestly. And despite that, the original John Wick is still an incredible movie. Definitely one of the best action movies out there, at least in the 2010s, honestly. But it definitely is the start of what was going to be one of the best modern action franchises of our time. Yeah, I still don't know if we're going to get any more of these movies in spite of what I haven't tried before, but the original is still a kick-ass movie that I always enjoy coming back to. Now we get to Nominee, a film that I actually almost forgot to put on the actual list. I honestly don't know why I almost forgot to put this movie, since I was always loved this movie when I first saw it, honestly. And that is The Babadook, which for the longest time was my favorite horror movie of the 2010s, but obviously one film later on did top that. But The Babadook definitely was the best of what I love about modern horror movies, at least in terms of the ones that go for a more psychological approach. Again, I don't know, for me those are always the horror films I tend to practice most, the ones that feel non-psychological, but the ones that feel a lot more real and go for more of the real aspects, like real life horror aspects, like go psychologically into people, what they're going through mentally and physically and everything. Like, I don't know, these are the ones that always gravitate a lot towards the most, honestly. And The Babadook definitely proves that, honestly. And Joe Ken's a fantastic director here. He's got Ashley Davis delivering like one hell of a performance here, like truly top tier. And one of the kids definitely could be annoying. I think he was kind of made to be annoying, and the back and forth relationship they had is great. The whole thing of the Babadook is scary, threatening, and all the stuff that they are going throughout the movie makes the movie really compelling and scary. Again, going for more of a psychological approach, and the directing helps, the acting helps, the back and forth between a lot of characters, some big surprises, good visuals, and while it's a film I don't go back to often, it's one of the films that once I do, I always really appreciate. And if you're somehow have not checked the Babadook, like, what the hell are you doing? Now, at number 7, we get to another comedy sequel on this list, one that's actually good, and that is 22 Jump Street. Again, I always go back and forth when I think this actually is better than 21 Jump Street, honestly, and to be honest, I still don't know why I'm filming this, honestly, but whether you or not, 22 Jump Street is the definition of how to make a good comedy sequel. Well, yeah, it did kind of feel like a rehash, but then they're going to high school, they go to college here. But again, similar to the first one, they make it very self-aware, they make it very meta. And well, yeah, some people, they say meta can feel old, honestly. These are films that prove that they actually can do it right. When they do know that, but they embrace it. Might not get the same great comedic charms. Again, you basically got Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill doing more great performances, and there's a film that really tests their bomb throughout the movie, and it really works. Yeah, Ice Cube has some incredible comedic sequences here, honestly, especially when we find out that Jonah Hill ends up being his daughter. Like, that scene and Channing Tatum's reaction always cracks me up. But there are so many iconic comedy sequences throughout. Again, the action set pieces are so fun, and the story is still engaging. You still like to see what's going on. And that last, and also the end credits sequence, honestly, one of the funniest scenes I have ever seen in my life. Like, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the end credit sequence is just top tier comedy. Like, holy shit! I'm laughing just thinking about it. Like, but yeah, 20 Jump Street is a prime example of how you do a comedy sequel right. Now, coming in at number 6, we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Yeah, I've already mentioned this movie a lot on this channel. I feel like I mentioned the movie a lot on this channel already, so I don't think I can give too much detail into it, but The Winter Soldier is still one of the best MCU movies. Again, it's the film that basically changed the MCU, and at least what people say changed the MCU, and the film that people made, and the film that pretty much had people take Captain America seriously. I thought he was more a kind of goofy character originally. Now he's taken more seriously. He has to go for more of a serious approach, like really upping the stakes throughout a lot of the movie, and having a good, compelling narrative that's facing more of a spy espionage than an actual superhero movie, which is, like I said, always the best superhero movies, the one that don't really feel like superhero movies, and they definitely nailed that here. Coming down again, Chris Evans, great. Scarlett Johansson, definitely the best one of the best portrayals is Black Widow. Falcon's great. Again, but your Bucky here is fantastic, and the Captain America vs. Bucky final fight is still one of the best moments in the MCU in general. Again, the highway sequence, the elevator sequence, the film is just nothing but amazing action set pieces. But again, still having a compelling narrative along with an incredible score, great back and forth between a lot of the characters, and just a great spy espionage movie that has a great mystery that has really satisfying reveals. Again, a film that basically changed a lot for the MCU, and for good reason. So yeah, The Winter Soldier, fantastic. Now coming in the number five, we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. What's great is that, you know what's most surprising in having an Apes movie that somehow delivers on being an incredible film? That we had to get a sequel that somehow is close to, if not better than the original, honestly. Again, I still a big wish for any movie could be better, honestly. Like, I'm still debating on that. I think I said that in my 2011 video where I had Rise of number 3 on that list, but Dawn is still an incredible sequel that takes everything that we loved about Dawn and somehow enhances it. Again, exploring the great themes and not having the humans and apes not feel like one side's good or one side's bad. They both have their own good and bad attributes. Combined down, the humans now introduced here, especially by Jason Clarke, are fantastic and very well developed. The apes conflict and everything is fantastic throughout, and the visuals are amazing, and especially on the apes, which somehow even more impressive than Rise, which, holy shit, again, the visuals in all these movies are just top fucking tier. And again, Caesar's still one of the best characters of all time, one of the best protagonists in recent memory, and Cobalt is also one of the best Bond villains out there, where he has like very compelling backstory, very compelling reason to why he goes against Caesar, and he has some pretty incredible moments throughout, and the back and forth between both these characters is really intense. Might have a great score, great action set pieces, a really compelling narrative, and a sequel that truly does deliver. It creates a very satisfying movie that is just tense and grim, but it's still very rewatchable, and it's the prime definition of an amazing sequel that really builds on the first movie and really delivers on the themes and the characters and makes them developed and all that jazz. So yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, just kiss. Now we get to another MCU movie at number 4, and that is the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, another surprising movie. Again, there are like 3 or 4 movies here that I'm pretty sure a lot of people weren't expecting to be as good as they were. But they ended up being incredibly surprising, because I remember people weren't sure what they were expecting with Guardians of the Galaxy, because again, there's a team that's like, who are these people? But James Gunn proves that he can take like not familiar characters and somehow make them iconic. Like he done that with this, he done that with Suicide Squad later, and sure he did that with a lot of other characters in his DC universe. But he definitely does it with Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's still one of the most, probably not the, still the most rewatchable movie in the MCU. I think Endgame and a couple other movies might have beaten that, but Guardians of the Galaxy at the time was my most rewatched MCU movie, and for good reasons. It's a super fun watch with very likable and interesting and engaging characters that you do want to know more from. Great performances from all the cast like Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, even Dave Bautista. You got great world building, great visual effects, very great supporting characters, especially from Yondu. Even the villain, despite being kind of more on the weaker end MCU villains, I don't really mind, honestly. Like the way obviously builds a lot of the world and what's to come for other MCU movies, and the fact that we now know what happens with Volume 2 and especially Volume 3, it makes certain scenes in this movie really feel more impactful and emotional. And yeah, I already love this movie, so that's really saying something. And again, it's hilarious from beginning to end. It's kind of about more that zany MCU humor that people know for, honestly, which I know some MCU movies can't take them from, and that can't be a good or bad thing depending on who you talk to, but this is still the part of the funniest MCU movie that we have gotten, honestly. And of course, the Volume 1 soundtrack, like, this of course made songs like Come Get Your Love and Hook on a Feeling iconic. I'm sure they're already iconic songs, but this movie especially made them incredibly iconic songs that I still jam out to so much. Yeah, and the original is also again still one of the best MCU movies, and definitely high up on my MCU ranking. Pretty much all the movies, Guardians of the Galaxy movies, honestly, especially after Volume 3. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, fantastic movie again. Feels like more of a space adventure than an actual superhero movie, but it delivers what it needs to do again. A film that nobody really were sure what they went to. Like a film that pretty much people didn't know what they were expecting coming into it, but it ended up becoming a huge surprise. And it's a film I still enjoy and love coming back to. Now we're in the top 3, people, and coming in at number 3, we have another incredible sequel that somehow managed to be even better than the original, and that's How to Train Your Dragon 2, which I can definitely say I like that movie. Was like, I'm not sure this one's better than one or not. Truthfully, How to Train Your Dragon 2 is the best How to Train Your Dragon movie. It definitely somehow takes what was already a masterful original movie. Again, it was in my top 5 of the 2010 list, and they managed to basically up the ante, up the stakes, and they managed to have a film that's even more darker than the original. It goes for some really interesting themes and really dark moments throughout. And more yet, there's another DreamWorks movie that goes for the lost parent trope, which I didn't realize how many DreamWorks sequels actually end up doing that, actually, where they have like the lost parent trope. I didn't realize until recently that they actually do that a lot, but I think this is probably the best usage of that trope, honestly. Like, it's a trope, yeah, well, it can't overuse. It's like when it's used effectively, it can make for some really good, compelling, emotional moments, and they do that very well here. Okay, again, the characters are still great, the action sequences are still great, it has probably the best villain in the entire franchise, the animation is still fantastic and breathtaking, it has a fantastic finale, some really heartbreaking and emotional moments that really just break your heart into a freaking million pieces. Like, again, really tests the relationship between Hiccup and Toothless more than ever. It's just a compelling movie that I just always love coming back to. I always have a big grin on my face whenever I come back to it. It's emotional, still has great humor and great moments. It's just the perfect what you want from a sequel. In fact, that the first movie was already so great as it is, it's definitely saying that they managed to make a sequel that is just wow. Now, coming in at number 222, we have The Lego Movie. As mentioned before, there are a lot of movies on here that will end up being great surprises. Like, it's like, wow, that ended up being like so surprising. Like a movie that you probably weren't expecting to be as good as it was. I'm pretty sure nobody expected the Lego Movie to be as good as it was. Because again, I mean, it's called The Lego Movie. I mean, the truth be told, it's gonna be just your typical generic animated chosen one movie. But no! It really isn't. Well, it does go for that argument. It goes for a very self-aware and meta approach. Which again, while people may say that those tropes, this is from the proof that they know how to do it right. They know how to do that by having crazy and zany humor. But again, it works here. Having a guy who's pretty much just like your typical normal guy and just follows like typical instructions or the simple things. So being a hero is definitely a very compelling thing they're trying to go for here, with Emmett being a very likable character played great by Chris Pratt. It's got other characters like Wildstyle being a great character, again Batman being here and stealing every single scene that he's in, going for a more funny and hilarious approach, but you can't help but really enjoy it. A film that is hilarious, but it's also very heartwarming and really has really relevant and relatable themes, and while these themes are definitely, you know, yeah, we've seen this episode before, the way it's executed and the way it's handled makes it really stand out. As well as that, and this movie I've gone back to so often, and I always have a big grin on my face. Great soundtrack, breathtaking animation. It's not only one of my favorite anime movies, it's one of my favorite films, period. Yes, I am dead serious. Lego Movie is one of my favorite movies ever. And it's definitely one of the biggest surprises, like, ever. Like, a film that I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be amazing! Again, great humor, great characters, very emotional themes. Again, the real life Lego sequences we get here are great. Again, the final confrontation is just one of the most relatable and emotional scenes in any anime movies. Definitely high up on my favorite movie moments of the 2010s, that's for sure. But like I said before in this video, I kind of already knew my number one was going to be on, despite the mini green movies I mentioned before. I already knew what my number one was going to be. And I'm sure you guys shouldn't be surprised that this film is number one, honestly. Not just about my channel, I mean, this is already a blood movie, honestly, but if you don't know, that number one is Whiplash. What can I say about the movie that hasn't already been said? This movie is held as one of the best movies of the 2010s, and probably one of the best movies, period. It's definitely easily in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. This was the film that put Damien Chazelle on the map, and while he, of course, has done movies before this was the film that proved, like, damn, this guy really has something. And for good reasons. The movie has great intensity, great emotion, great heart, great interesting messages. Proving that Miles Teller can actually be a fantastic actor. Probably J.K. Simmons delivering the best performance of his career, which is really saying something. With all the insults he would give, is just wow. The back and forth between both those characters, the back and forth between what goes on, the intensity, not knowing what's going to happen, the final sequence of the movie, having probably one of the best endings in film history. Again, what can I say about Whiplash has already been said. It's one of the best movies ever made. It's great directed, greatly written, has some of the best, most impactful moments in any film out there. Like, yeah, obviously it's gonna be number one. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed me talking about my favorite movies from 2014. Let me know down below in the comment section, what are your favorite movies that came out this year? Of course, I'd love to know down below in the comment section. And of course, we're talking about 2013 next, which is actually when I started watching and reviewing movies, so I'm definitely very excited for that. So stay tuned for that. Just keep away. I am Steven One World from Steven World Productions. I will see you next time. As always, stay cool, everybody. Peace.